you're saying that, there's mental health issue, but yet you're holding him accountable to the full extent of whatever you have, whatever charge you have, but yet you're saying that mentally he's not competent. Well, that was a conflict of interest. You can't have it both ways. So what I used to do as a paralegal, I used to make sure that they would get evaluation and they would get sent to West Trenton, to the psychiatric hospital, to get evaluated. Now, while I got locked up here and sent to ASEG and then transferred to Rolway. While I was in Rolway, I realized, I said, what is going on with this administrative segregation? Here you have 1 man per cell. In Rolway, that one space that they had because of whatever, maybe crowdedness, now you have 2 people in a cell. Now imagine being in a cell 24 hours a day, 2 individuals in that cell. You sleep, you eat, you defecate in that cell. Now, by law and regulation, they have to give each person in that cell while you're in ASEG 5 hours worth of recreation a week. But the way Rolway does it, the way New Jersey does it, is that you don't get an hour a day throughout the week. You get 5 hours. I myself, I'm not telling you this because I heard it. I lived it. I was there 8 months. I will get 5 hours in 2 days. So I will go out on Tuesdays and Friday, I believe, for 2.5 hours. The rest of the time, the rest of the days, I was in my cell, only allowed to come out 10 minutes to take a shower, and then back in the cell. Now imagine doing that with 2 individuals in that cell. And these are not individuals that you know. These are not friends of yours. Do you know how many times, 3, 4, 5 times a night, that there's a code going off? A code means it's an emergency, where those 2 guys in that cell are beating each other up, where people have ended up in the hospital, possible death. You're locked in that cell. There is no help. So these 2 guys are fighting because they don't know each other. And there's a lot of mental health going on. So that's what's going on in the not so-called solitary confinement that goes on in New Jersey. Thank you.
Lydia Thornton, would you like to speak as well?
I experienced solitary in New Jersey right here in this building behind us, which everybody thinks of as a men's prison. At that time, the women who were in ADSEG were housed here as well. We had our own unit. And similar to what Luis is describing, it is, we were actually in solitary. We were alone in our cells 24/7. We'd be handcuffed to walk down the hall to take a shower 3 times a week. When they moved the women, because of lawsuits and because of so many problems, and because this building really never wanted them in the first place, back to Clinton, to Ed Mahan, they did exactly what Luis is describing. They double bunked. They created a whole unit and double bunked them. Again, you're in with somebody 24 hours a day that you don't know, that you might have issues with for a variety of reasons, be they gang related, be they family related, or just because that person has mental health issues. I have sat in a cell and listened to a female scream for 8-9 hours straight, and nobody comes. The officers walk by and go, shut up, and keep it moving. They don't care. Or you hear them say, I'm going to kill myself, and go silent. And you're yelling for somebody down there, 2 tiers down, to come help this person next to you that you know darn well has done something because you heard the thump. They'll get it on their next round. And that is the reality of sitting in a cell and listening. I consider myself, in all honesty, fairly mentally strong. I did 9.5 months out of my year that I was sentenced to in solitary in this building. And it changed me. I won't say it broke me because I don't believe it did. What it did was it changed me into the person you see standing here today who's not going to shut up. And who's not going to say, oh, Governor Christie, you're right, there's no solitary confinement. Why? Because there's 2 people in a cell instead of 1? That doesn't count. It really doesn't. There is no mental health treatment. My mental health treatment once a week consisted of this. You okay? Need any mental health today? No? Okay. And he walked on. That's mental health in solitary confinement. They stand at your door. If you're
willing enough, brave enough, or capable to speak to the professional, and I use quotes deliberately, you have to do it where everybody can hear you. You're telling your issues, your personal issues, to a mental health professional by yelling it through a steel door. That's not treatment. That's not helpful. In fact, it's more detrimental, particularly now that they are double bunking everybody, because now your cellie knows exactly what's wrong with you and what you think and how you think, and they're going to use it against you. And do not think they won't. Not saying all prisoners are bad, but everybody uses what they have to use sometimes, and not everybody's stable. So, I mean, when Governor Christie came out and said categorically that there's no solitary confinement, those who are on my Facebook page know what I said. It wasn't pretty, because he's playing with words. And he's not that great with words to begin with. So for him to play with words is just not a good look at all. And for us who are out here, particularly the faith-based community, a lot of y'all I've talked to, find the names, if you can, of the people who are in solitary now. Write to them. Support them. Ask questions. Just send a card. You know, Bonnie and those guys will have information on ways you can support people, because nothing means more when you're sitting in that cell by yourself or with somebody you don't know than getting a piece of mail in the door. Even if it's just to say, hey, we're thinking of you. It means the world. So anybody who can, a 50-cent stamp doesn't cost that much. That would be my suggestion on how you can support the actual individuals as well as the legislative side. Thank you so much.